The lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on and he missed the complete. He's crazy.
Side Freitas is on the grass on the infield before. He slides through. He tags Richard Eck.
It was 79 days ago when we shut the lights off in the booth in Atlanta and crowned a champion in the Premier Racing League, and now the big game has ended, and that is always a sign of racing. It is here, and tonight the Premier Racing League is back on the track in Daytona on iRacing Live and on the Global Sim Racing channel. It's the Patriot Fire Cup Series and NP3 Designs qualifying at Daytona as we get ready for the second Daytona 300 2 weeks from tonight. A pleasant good evening to you. I'm Chris Scallon, joined by the man who helped call the first Daytona 300 last year, Sean Ambrose. Amjad Yaman is keeping us in control. And, of course, Central Florida's own Dougie Beard controlling the cameras. And, Sean, we got a fun season ahead of us, my friend. We have a new sponsor. We have new teams. A champion, Scott Eckrich, that's moved to one of those new teams. We have no more Chase. 3-segment season. We don't have anything to talk about, do we?
No, not at all. But we do need to focus on qualifying around this 2.5-mile super speedway, the worldwide center of speed, Daytona International Speedway. Easy for me to say. Let's talk about the details of qualifying today here on this 2.5-mile track, 31 degrees of banking. We are at the beach tonight, and for qualifying here, it is going to be much similar to the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. What they'll do for the Daytona 500, cars will qualify in order of how they ran in happy hour, slowest to fastest. And just the board real quick, it looks like Ricky Harden's at the top. Here we go. We got over 40 cars tonight, and we'll run 2 laps around the track, 1 car at a time. Every 60 seconds, a car will be sent out by the admins, and we'll lock in the top 2 qualifiers tonight, and they will have the front row for the Daytona 300. And Chris, I'll tell you what, the dual races next Thursday going to be pretty exciting because everybody else is going to have to qualify there.
Yeah, that's it's tricky, especially if you get enough cars to where people get kicked out. The duels can always mean, you either start the season by watching it on TV or you're in the race and you got a shot to win the thing. And that's where these drivers, I know they want to try to get in the show tonight, but I believe everybody will make it, which is good news. And right now only 35 are actually here, which is, I thought it would be about 40 or so. But, not everybody can make it every night. But, we look at last year in those duels. Last year, the winner, Jake Wright, he won pretty much everything but the 300. And, of course, James Verheulen winning that second one. And you were there calling the play-by-play last year in those dual races. Both those races had a finish. Both finishes were amazing.
Yeah, pretty exciting stuff. It went right down to the wire in both dual races. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing happens this season. These guys, as you're seeing on screen right now, this is how the racing is here in the PRL. You get this every week, week in, week out. It's a long season. Chris, we've got on tap this season 37 races. They're doing the 3 segments, just like NASCAR, 12 race segments. We'll crown a champion there at the end. The third and last segment will be crowned at Rockingham the week before the finale at Atlanta. So Atlanta will be the 37th race on this schedule, and they will crown their season-wide champion then. Like you talked about in the intro there, Chris, so much to talk about. Exciting season on tap for these gentlemen, and I can't wait to get started.
Yeah, I'm super excited, Sean. You mentioned the season, how it's going to go this year. There's no chase. It's gone. The chase is gone. That's where the 3 segments come into play. And you mentioned Rockingham is the 36th race. That will be where the 3rd segment ends. So the first race segment will end after race 12. Second segment at race 24. Third segment, race 36. However, it's a 37-race season, and that's when the season champion will get crowned, as we'll talk about that more with James Garula when he comes up in the booth with us. But let's go back to last year real quickly, and I believe we have the point standings that we can show you. It's actually the chase itself last year. There was a chase format here, and you will notice that one name prevailed in the end, and that was Mr. Scott Eckrich, who beat out James Garula, finished second there in points. Ricky Harden and Tommy Ryan, all 4 of those names are back. Last year they did a chase pretty similar to the way NASCAR did it in the past, and they decided, you know what, let's get rid of it, let's go back to the old style way. And then of course they entered the new segment format. So Sean, what kind of expectations do you see? Do you see the racing being kind of like it was in the old days, where you're running for points?
Boy, I sure hope so. That's what I want to see. There's got to be a premium put on consistency. Okay, and I think this format will lend to that just a little bit more. But yeah, I expect to see guys racing every week, tooth and nail, for, like I said, consistency. Wanting those top 5, top 10 finishes week in, week out, not missing any races. You don't want to start messing with drop races and all that as your season comes to a close. You got to be here, and you got to be ready to rock and roll.
And I did talk to James Garula about that. There is 1 drop in each of those segments. So technically only 11 out of the 12 races will count during each segment. Now, we mentioned the changes this year. We got some new names. We got some rookies that are going to be joining us, including one. He's kind of a familiar name, Sean.
Yeah, we've got some familiar people in here. Gary Whitson is top of that list. Steve Ritter on board. Justin Rodden, Matt Murphy, Reed Rundell, R.J. Williams, Bob Bryant, John Wilco, Devin Cannon, John Hensley, Tyler Dalton, Brian Yazik. Yeah, I've heard of him before.
Yeah, I believe he used to sit in my seat.
I think he did.
He did. Which kind of gets me wondering, if we get a caution out here, is he going to yell it out in his car? Put it out!
he probably will. I believe that's habit for him. But, so Yazik's going to be out here this season trying to take a run at the championship. He's awful fast, dude. That Yazik is definitely a will man.
He's got himself a pretty good team together, too. There was a brand new team announced during the offseason called Loud Pedal Motorsports. That's going to be easy for me to say all season. But this team, I talked about the champ, Scott Eckrich. He's jumped ship. He's now on this team. This Loud Pedal Motorsports has Eckrich. It has part of a South team, which consists of Woodrow Mahan and others. And then you got this North team that has Michael Krobach and Brian Yazik. That's a pretty stacked lineup right there. Not to mention Jeff Ward, too.
Yeah, very stout team indeed. And again, Yazik being the newcomer there, I expect big things out of him. I hope Brian doesn't let us down this season. I don't think he will. He's a pretty tough cookie out there on track, Chris.
Now the drivers are going through their last second meeting here right now. Krahula is going through the drivers and kind of going over how everything's going to work. It's going to be just like the old qualifying you used to see about 3 or 4 years ago. They're going to get out there. They're going to get off pit road, run that high line. They'll have the throwaway lap, as they call it. They'll come back around and take the green flag. And, of course, that fast lap, that second lap, will be the lap that counts on record when it's all over with. Looks like, from what I'm going to see here, Calvin Filarski is going to be the first driver out. He hasn't even completed a lap. I see he's in the session here, but not necessarily on the track. And then you'll have rookie Bob Bryant, Joshua King, Brian Mellendorf, and Tim Johnston. It'll look like it'll be the first 5 that are on here. Now, I should say, if you guys are... Yazik says hi in chat, by the way, Sean. Speaking of chat, if you guys were wanting to talk to us on the stream, you could do so by chatting with us there in the Global Sim Racing channel. I got the chat up here, and I'll answer some questions or whatever. If you're watching this on iRacing Live, we were talking about this off the air. I believe this could be the first ever live single-car qualifying on iRacing Live in history. I could be wrong on that, but I'm just thinking out loud here.
I'll roll with it. We'll research it later. We'll vet that later.
Yeah. Well,
I should have said that. I'm sorry.
nice. So yeah,
I think they're about to cut him loose here. James, it looks like, is finished talking to the guys, and we are about to reset here for qualifying. Chris?
I've been super excited about this. You and I have been talking about this league for a couple months since the end of it, and I know you and I do the Bootleg Racing League on Saturday nights, but it's like, you know what, we get to do another league together, and that's I think the cool part here is we got to get the cars rolling here. As it is going to be Calvin Filarski going to be the first driver out on track.
He has been asked to stage and go.
Yeah, so basically what will happen is they have people running the show behind the scenes, and they'll tell the driver to stage, and he gets there and gets ready, and I think he sits there for about 60 seconds and then rolls out so that they have even, pretty much you don't want to have one car go and then the other one sits there for 10 minutes because there could be a little bit of advantage. So that's where you're going to see the 93 here roll out, or the 28 I should say roll out here, and then Travis McQuiston actually will be the second driver, so I don't know if he had a situation. Drivers were allowed to ask if they wanted to go early, if they had some other thing going on tonight or something, they could go early. So should be rolling off here any minute.
All right, and this our first driver, as you said, will be Calvin Filarski. Some call him Cal, 27 years old. The team is the Pelletier McQuiston Simulations. British Petroleum, Castrol, and Arco on the car there. From Mableton, Georgia. It's just outside of Atlanta, Chris.
Yeah, he had one top 10 last year, and he came here at Daytona. He did qualify for that chase, was knocked out in the first round, so it just shows you can just run consistent, and you have a chance to win the championship when it is all over with. But Calvin Filarski, and he's got that British Petroleum on his car, Castro and Arco, and just listening here to the admins here, Filarski should be rolling any minute.
Yeah, apparently race
looks like McQuiston's going to be rolling. So I don't know if he's on the 5-minute clock. Do we have a car on the 5-minute clock already? All right, so we'll skip over to Travis McQuiston.
Okay, let's do that. Not sure exactly what happened there.
Travis, he had a big winter time season. He finished runner-up in the PRL Winter Cup that just wrapped up last week. The Microsoft Ames Oil car, the Ohio driver.
Yeah, also on that Pelletier McQuiston Simulations team.
Oh, so let me figure this out. Is this Calvin Filarski incognito, maybe?
Little seat swap action.
So you're going to see he's going to run the high line here the whole entire time. Sean, this is basically this is the throwaway lap here. This first lap's going to mean absolutely nothing. This lap's about as useless as a passing play in a Super Bowl. Did I say that?
You did.
Sorry, Falcon fans. But to a point, Sean, it's not useless because you get this car up the full song, and that gets you the momentum for that second lap.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what you need. You want to carry that momentum. You want to carry that speed as much as you can. This track, Chris, is an adventure in momentum. All right, period. You heard it here. Adventure and momentum. Got to keep it going, and you can't scuff any off.
And first lap for Travis, 48.110. This lap will at least be a half second faster. You can see it looks like running that queue line.
Looking like a pretty good run here.
Yeah, 48.110 is that first lap from McQuiston. This should gain at least a half second, no problem. And across the line, 47.357. Pretty fast lap there to start.
Full second. Yeah.
That's a lot. Nice. That's that queue line. That's that queue line there.
go to Bob Bryant on track, working his first lap, the number 53, Chris, heading into turn 3.
And Bob's a rookie, 29 years old, the Unacceptable Racing rookie there, Power Source sponsorship out of Mississippi. He actually, not that this could help him, he is a 2-time online 500 champion. So he knows how to get around this Daytona track. I assume that's Daytona he means. Wonder how nervous Brian is. He only ran 1 lap, and his lap was like an 18-minute lap. So he obviously, I think, was purposely trying to be one of those first cars to qualify.
Bob had a really good first lap, almost a 48 flat for him, and a little bit better than McQuiston got on his first lap.
Yeah, the comments. Brian can cut it down there to the apron. They are allowed to use that. 47.435. He will jump to the top.
Yes, he will. Let's pick up now Joshua King. Goat Rope Racing.
And Josh coming to line to take his first lap here. He just finished his first lap. Go to lap number 2. His first lap of 48.060.
Woo, another good one. Things are heating up, Chris. Yeah, Josh from Eustis, Florida, 33 years old, and he's won himself some championships before. Major iRacing official winner himself, the inaugural Roar 24-hour race winner, and Josh out here trying to put down a fast one tonight.
Yeah, seeing the car hold about 190, right around there or so miles an hour. And King going to bring it down to the stripe, see if he uses that apron. He does not. And he will go P2. 188.47 is the miles per hour on his lap. Just trying to get a time here real quickly. Looks like 47.356. He's 1,000th faster than McQuiston is.
All right, Brian Mellendorf now on the track. He is a solo entry, Chris, running for the irregulars.
He's got the Oreo Chevrolet there. Nice little paint scheme. I like the red numbers there with the blue. Got some little stars on there, it looks like. Mellendorf's first lap, as expected, 4th fastest. That first lap will be your slow one. 185 on the speed.
Yeah, he just tick off on that first lap from the rest of the guys, but it's all about that second lap, Chris.
Yep, that's why they call this first lap that throwaway lap. You know, you just go and throw it away, and then all of a sudden, bam, that first lap, if you can get the momentum, could be the one to put you on top.
Now, Brian working this yellow line down here on the bottom. Chris, the shortest way around is down there on the bottom. So let's see what kind of lap we got there. 47.366. Not bad, not bad.
But that's unfortunately P4. Yeah, P4. Yeah. Ugh, that's unfortunate for him, but Mellendorf not going to be too happy with that. But another young guy ready to make his mark in here as we turn to Johnston. Will be the next car on track. Tim Johnston, the number 54, and he's just getting a green flag here on his first lap.
Yeah, just a little bit late to the line, but they got it all sorted out, and he is on the track and going now. Tim Johnston, the Hensley Motorsports entry there.
Johnson got that USAA on the cars as sponsorship tonight, and for the Daytona race. He'll come by in that Ford Fusion. That thing is sealed right down to the track, which is, well, the way you want to be if you want to go faster on this thing. First lap for him, 48.116. He'll get another lap around. So, Sean, the question here is, I've heard so many different ways to get around this Daytona International Speedway in iRacing. You can run the bottom, or you can run what it looks like Tim's running is that Q line. Which one have you found to be the best?
You're going to get me talking about that. Listen, I like it down there on the bottom. That's now the first lap, the out lap, I like to run the momentum off the top and then work my way down to the bottom as I'm running that second lap. But on that second lap, I want to have it glued down there, man, and just be flat out.
That's the way it should be done. And let's see, Johnston comes across the line. He goes P2, 47.356, 188.47 seconds. That just shows you how good of a lap Bryant ran. And now Jonathan Cadell going to be on the track. Jonathan running the UNC scheme tonight. They got that big game against Duke. Hopefully nobody spoils it because I'm watching it, or going to be watching it when I'm done here tonight. Go Carolina. That's a sharp-looking car, Sean.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Repping those Tar Heels, baby. Toyota Camry is fast. Let's see if the Virginia driver can get it done. Tell you what, Bob laid down the hammer, man. That's going to be a tough one to beat with a 345.
Yeah, that's a pretty fast lap he's done so far, and he's had 3 or 4 guys try to get him, but not able to do so. Let's see if Cadell can be that guy. His first lap was a 48.055, brings that Carolina Camry to the line. 47.349 P2, 188.5. He is literally 4 1,000ths off the pole.
All right, let's pick up Devin Cannon. Rookie here, Crossed Up Motorsports from Indianapolis, Indiana.
I've been there a few times.
His sponsor there, R-Laps, Race Like a Pro Simulators.
Devin, kind of a newcomer, looks like, to iRacing. He hasn't really won too many things. He likes to RC race, though. And he loves visiting and tasting at a couple different breweries. I've done a few of those in Indianapolis, too, myself. But the 26-year-old going to come across the line in that Chevy. 47.406. That'll put him P7 for the 83 car. Yeah, Mark Allen, that Bud Light Chevy.
Frosty Pop Racing, Mark Allen, number 19 out there trying to get a good qualifying lap in there in that Chevy.
And we've lost him.
Okay. That's a problem.
Up, Allen is back. We lost him there for a quick second.
Well, the Bud Light machine is still rolling, Chris. Let's, we'll be interested to see how it counts his lap.
Well, I was wondering if the ghost of Spud McKenzie or something popped back in his car or something from the big game on Sunday. And then number 19 crosses the line. I don't think it counted that lap.
It did not. So he's going to have to. Boy, he's going to have to deal with that 48.005.
Now Calvin Filarski, that Castrol Camry. That's a sweet looking paint scheme there. First lap for him, a 47.693.
The Calvin finally getting going here. We thought he was going to start there in the beginning, but remember, he is with Pelletier, McQuiston Simulators. That team already got a couple of cars qualified.
And you see him running a little bit of a lower line down that back straightaway.
Boy, that's an awful colorful Camry.
I like those Castro schemes. Kind of reminds me back to the you got the John Force NHRA days. And Filarski crossed that line, lost a little bit of speed there. I think he got a little loose on that apron. And he's a 47.469. He's only P8.
The transition there really got him. All right, we got Storm and Norman Pelletier on the track. That's the number 56. Pelletier McQuiston Simulation. Storm and Norman from Merrimack, New Hampshire. Got the big sponsor Gum Out on the car. Another Camry digging hard here. First lap is a 48.098. Gonna move up there for a 47.374. That's gonna put him in P7. All right, let's pick up Don Runkle. AKA Snoop Doggy Don. Steel Horse Racing driver. Double I. HitmanRacewear.com on the car. Don 48.038 on that first lap. Can he find a pole here? Keep digging, Don. See several guys drop down onto that apron, and the transition back up can be a little tough, but Don gets a decent lap in. That's a 47.452, and that's going to put him in 9th right now. All right, got Mr. Jeff Ward on the track now.
Hey, Jeff, on track, you mentioned the 89. This is one of those Loud Pedal Motorsports guys, Sean.
Yes, he is. Loud Pedal Motorsports South team. Jack Links, the sponsor on that car. He's from Brooks, Kentucky.
He has over 300 iRacing wins. That's like 296 more than me.
13 championships, Chris.
I need to learn how to race like this guy.
Jeff's been around a while. He's got a little bit of experience, and he's raced with just about all the best of them here on iRacing, and he's come out on top many times. So Jeff going to be a contender for this title this season if he was able to make every race.
Pole position. Third, 47.330.
And there you go.
There's a mark to knock out. Bob Bryant going down to second, but Ward, that Loud Pedal Motorsports, I talked about it. They've got some pretty good ringers. Now Adam Jersky on the track. This very interesting situation here for the 71. I'll explain real quickly. He is here. He's practicing. He's qualifying. He's not necessarily a full-time driver. Basically, he's here and look at him as the 44th guy, so to say. So if somebody next Sunday, or I say next Sunday like it's Sunday, in 2 weeks on that Thursday, doesn't show up, Adam Jersky goes racing. He's only going to do part-time races throughout the season, but he wanted to be that guy, which is, nothing wrong with that. He can't fully commit, so he wanted to get out here to Daytona. And Sean, that familiar 71 number you like?
Yes, sir. Very familiar 71.
Now, the interesting question I would have here is, Jersky, which he didn't do. I was going to think, what if happens if he went P1? But he goes P9, 47.396.
Hey,
And now,
Chris,
Yes.
what do you say we bring down Josh King and Jonathan Cadell real quick and see if they think their lap's going to hold up?
yeah, we can do that. I think it's a good idea. Cadell running in the
All right.
third position, Sean.
All right, hang on a second here. Let me do some organizing. John, Josh, do you think those laps are going to hold up, guys? You going to be able to stay in the top 5?
Not really. I honestly don't think so. I'm not usually good at qualifying here. We got a lot of fast people left to go.
That's still a pretty good effort. Josh, are you happy with that qualifying run to get started with?
I thought I was faster than that. Honestly, I don't know. I've been doing qualifying laps for so long at late races, I just figured out my line. I didn't do any practice runs, I just went out and did it. So if I could get a top 10, I'd be pretty happy with that, honestly.
John, should mention Wilco real quickly, guys. 8th fastest, 47.368 on the speed chart. Looks like Colin's on track now.
For as close as these times are, Jeff Ward getting that extra 5,000, that's a lot, man.
Well, let me ask you this question. Are you guys seeing any advantage with that apron?
I don't know. Cadell did the apron, right? But I don't think Ward did, right?
Yeah, I believe you're right.
I normally go to run Carburetor Cup, I'll run the apron, and I can get the pole there, but the competition isn't normally as good as it is here at Purell when you're running Carb Cup.
The Alaskan Brewing Ford Fusion on track. That's a nice looking car. That's 67 of Collins. Brad Collins, 45-year-old, out of Alaska. He's probably feeling pretty warm tonight.
Yeah, representing Speed Mafia Racing. I believe that's Chugiak, Alaska there, Chris.
Bless you. And he's P4. Good lap for Collins, 47.355. So, gentlemen, I'll ask you each, what drivers worry you tonight, if any?
It was Jeff Ward. And I hope my boys at Unacceptable Racing branches of teams do well, but people like Jeff Ward and Scott Eckrich, they're going to be the fast ones, just because they are.
Yeah, definitely. Scott's always a threat anywhere he goes. He manages to find speed from somewhere. And Ricky Harden was fast in practice, and all those unacceptable guys, they know how to do these restrictor plate races, I'll tell you.
54-year-old Rerun Dell on the track. Race Day Paints Harley Davidson car out of Oxford, Michigan.
TOC Racing Team.
He was 16th on the first lap. And a 43, he gets caught on that apron a little bit. 47.674, he's going to be down in 15th.
Ah, yes.
Oh, boy.
Our old buddy, James Grohola.
Speaking of news, new paint scheme, new number, new sponsor.
You guys like racing with James? Just curious.
As long as it's not a restrictor plate race.
Why did I set that answer double? Yeah, James actually, he has the sponsor of tonight's qualifying night. It's actually the NP3 Designs car that you're seeing on the track right here. Of course, they're the sponsor of tonight's qualifying session. Carula, 17th fastest. This could be a lap to watch, too. Carrying a lot of speed out of that corner at number 4 Chevrolet. See, he's doing it right on the apron. Cut down there where it's flat.
Boy, almost
P2
in the grass. P2.
188.57, 47, 331. He missed the pole by 1,000.
Wow, on my timing and scoring, I've got him tied for the pole. So, yeah.
Must have been pretty close then.
It was pretty close.
Now, our director, Amjad, has his own favorite paint scheme so far out of the bunch, and you're looking at him on the track right now. Woodrow Mahan at number 12. If you're a classic car guy, you're going to love this car.
If I can interject, the one thing I liked about this league is I got used to everybody's numbers. Now I got to get used to some new numbers here. I didn't know James is number 4.
don't worry, that happens in NASCAR too.
All right, well, Woodrow Mahon on the track, that Loud Pedal Motorsports South team. Guys, thanks for coming in and chat with us for a minute. I think we're going to try and revolve in a couple other drivers that have already finished up their runs, and we wish you the best next week of the duels.
Thanks, guys. I look forward to being with GSRC PRL. You guys have a good one.
You too, buddy. Woodrow Mahon, 47.353. He's going to be P5 on the board as of right now. As Livingston will be the next car on track. Gerald Livingston in the 64 car.
Why don't we bring James in real quick? Talk to him about that lap he just threw down.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be a happy camper.
Yeah, James, what a lap, dude.
It could have been like 1/10,000ths quicker. No, that was fun. The track has slowed down from what we have seen in qualifying. That was I felt like I nailed my lap, and then we were a little off what we've been practicing. So, but I mean that's fine. It's fun. It's a lot more added pressure when you know everybody's watching you.
We'll get Gerald Livingston just wrapped up his lap there. Livingston gonna be in 17th place provisionally right now with a 47.526. James, you think those 47.3s are gonna tumble?
Oh yeah, though. We do have there's a little bit of draft play going on, but there's still some fast guys still to go, and they know what they're doing. So I think that we'll definitely get down in the twos. I wouldn't be surprised if the pole broke into the ones.
And now, should note that's like 3/10 under the track record. Track record last year of 46.8, but different weather playing a role in that. So, but here comes Tommy Ryan, the Northern Tool car. He was P20 that first lap. He's going to bring that 6 across the line. 40. We got a new pole sitter, 47.316.
Not surprised by that. It's about how quicker he's been than me in practice all week.
Not that for Mr. Ryan.
Michael Krobach on that track now. Loud Pedal Motorsports North, the number 7.
This guy's going to be dangerous this year.
He's dangerous, period.
True. The Canadian-born driver, number 7.
Lots going on this season, James. Got to be excited, buddy.
Oh, this is man, it's been fun. Our second year here for the league, and the Cup Series is sold out. The Truck Series is sold out. We're starting the V8 Supercar Series this year. Grand National's coming back. A lot of people signed up for Grand National, so it's been a lot of fun.
Krobach P5, 47.347, Sean.
Yeah, Krobach throwing it down, man. Again, it's going to be one to watch all season. Let's move on to Rick Thompson. Rick's on the track.
Yeah, you mentioned James got a little bit of a change this year with the chase is gone and
Thank
the new format.
God. Yeah,
Tell me how you really feel.
I hope I'm not the only one, but man, I hated that chase. Everyone's complaining about the chase. When we got to the race time, our racing completely decreased, and as it got less crazy and everything, then all of a sudden we could put most of our drama there on the chase, is what I felt like. So that'll be gone this year. We won't talk about the whole format here, and feel free to stop me when Rick crosses the line here.
Yeah, well, Rick is coming across the front stretch now, and about to make his way across that start and finish line. Let's see where he ends up.
Rick is 47.362, so he is going to be... I got him on the list as 12th right now. As Yazik, the man who used to be in the booth.
Oh, I can
Loud
talk over
Pedal
him. I'm not
Motorsports
too worried.
Phone.
I'm not too worried about him.
The HPP Simulation 55. Yazik with 48.115 the first lap around. Let's see if he runs. He's going to run that Q line a little bit up.
But yeah, Chris, our format this year is, we're going to have a 37 race full season, but we're also going to have 3 12-race segments. So, although we're going to have 3, I guess, segment champions, and then we're going to combine them all up for the end of the year. So, kind of gives everyone a little bit of everything. You kind of have your short term, the sim racing, and then long term, which we all love.
P4 for Yazik. 47.332, the human jinx, as I call him. He is P4 on the list.
All right, now let's go to Steve Ritter, Steel Horse Racing Zone, Columbus, Ohio driver.
And you were saying, James?
Oh, and that's our new format this year, and Atlanta's the only lone qualifier, the one lone race for the whole season. When we race here next week for the duels, we're going to give out top 10 in points to the guys that win those races. Decreasing points till then, and but those will just count only for the overall season championship.
Sounds like you got a lot of good fun coming, as you mentioned, 3 different segments into the big championship when it's all over with, and who knows, maybe it'll be you being the champion.
Oh no, I accepted in a whole bunch of fast people this year.
Hey, have confidence in yourself. Ritter going P5, 47.344, so that puts now 4 of the top 5 within 4 1,000ths of another. As, here's a personal favorite of Mr. Ambrose, is the Clyde Torkel Chicken Pit Specials on the track.
Yes, Justin Rodden is on the track. Yes, sir. Fastest chicken in the South.
I was waiting on
it.
We still challenge any driver in iRacing right now to run the naked chicken car. We're throwing it out there. The gauntlet is thrown.
They call it the plucked chicken. The plucked chicken.
That works too. But James, we wish you the best, dude. This season, you won yourself a dual race last season. We'll see if maybe you can get back in victory lane next Thursday.
Let's hope so. Under the lights back here. Looking forward to it. Thanks for covering this, guys, and we'll see you guys next week.
Sounds good.
All right, James.
47.372 for Justin Rodney. He's going to be P17. He's going to be a little disappointed with that. That chicken definitely wasn't roosted, apparently.
Hey, Chris, I brought Brian Yazik and Calvin Filarski in. Calvin, that was a decent run. You think you're going to slide much further down the board there? You think you can hold it there in 22nd?
Well, thanks for having me, guys. Didn't quite get as much practice as I would have liked. I was doing some unofficial testing myself earlier this week, but I got a little loose going into the tri-oval on the second lap, the money lap, and just hoping for a better result in the duels.
Got Dan Murray, the Daytona 300 champion from last season, at number 5 Ford is on track, coming to the line, and not to mention the champ's on right after him. So a couple of good obstacles here is, wow, Dan Murray's going to be disappointed. 14th fastest for the pole sitter last season. No, I'm sorry, that was Jake Wright last season. Got mixed up. The winner, though, 47.357 for him as we turn to Mr. Eckrich, the champion from last season.
Yazik, that wasn't a bad lap, buddy.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't too bad. I was kind of hoping for something a little bit more. But it's one of those situations. We were doing some. There we go. We got that.
Whoa.
Out of the way. No, we were doing some. We're doing some offline testing here, leading up to it. Once we kind of knew the weather, and it wasn't too bad, but I can't help but think I left a little bit out there. I don't know where, but I think I was off a 2 or something.
Well, here's your teammate, Brian, on track right now. Mr. Eckrich, the champ. You went out and you left the booth, leave me with nothing to eat, and you go out and you grab the champ and bring him on your team. And let's see what he can do. Brings that 70 across the line at Ford Fusion. I'm not seeing anything. Did not record his lap. Oh, that's big.
Huh.
Yazik done took
Yeah.
the transmitter out of his car, probably.
I saw his first lap didn't register, and
Yeah.
I wondered what was going on there. But the second one didn't register either. I didn't see him make any contact or anything. I'm not sure what's going on there, unless he had some sort of a breaking connection at some point.
I don't know.
Well,
Think
Rhett
it
Let's move on to Rhett McBride.
Rhett McBride and I have had a good communication with each other the last couple of days. I actually ran in an open practice session with these guys last night, and needless to say, I had to buy a new car for him.
Nah.
That'll do it. But no, we're really proud to have Eckrich and Drew Carroll. The guys that we got together this year really came together really, really nice. Mike and I talked about doing our own thing. And once kind of, word got out, some opportunities arose, and we got Scott and Drew together. We got Woodrow. We got Paul Pepper. He's up. Shout out to Paul. He's up on site right now working in a mine pit, or not a mine pit, but he's working somewhere up there far away. He'll be back for the duels, and he'll be back for the 300. So, no, we're just really proud of the season, and we're looking forward to it. We've been looking forward to it for a long while, just to get everything going, and we're gonna be strong, man. It feels awesome to have something like this put together.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing that team on the track. As should mention, just doing some cleaning up. Rhett McBride, P7, 47.347, and now the sponsor for the actual series, Patriot Fire, formerly known as Coastal Safety Auditors, is now on the track, and that's the 25 of Josh Garupa.
I'll let you guys get back to your business. I'm sure I got an angry driver I gotta go
Oh,
consult.
Garupa P2. 47.328. Yazik, appreciate your time, buddy. Skarupa, 47.328.
Yeah.
P2 on the board.
Wow. Talk about burning it down late. Because I don't know if you've looked at the board here, but we're running out of drivers.
Yeah, we're getting down towards the nitty gritty, as they call it. We got
Yeah.
5 drivers left. I'm just counting here, 6. As
DJ Beverly on the track now.
DJ Beverly, the
DJ,
45-year-old from the Bahamas.
Yeah, Sucker Free Racing.
CSA Patriot free car.
Patriot Free or Patriot Fire? I think we're going
free
Patriot
Fire.
this
Let's
season.
go Fire.
Yeah.
Patriot Fire. They're the sponsor. I already got to throw $1 in the jar. Good job, Sean.
Get that jar ready, baby.
47.361. He's P17. He's not going to be too happy with that.
Something interesting about DJ. Special interests and hobbies. VW. It's a little vague, isn't it?
I'm assuming that means
Think about
Volkswagen?
I'm assuming it does as well.
We'll have to figure that out. We'll have to talk to him. While the 09 of Tyler Dalton on the track, another rookie for the season.
Another Sucker Free racing driver there. I just like saying that. Sorry.
I see that. Got the Davey Allison Hamelin car there. I like the Hamelin on it. What was their old quote? If you want more life in your car, take it to the star, I believe it was.
Ooh, that's tough. I don't recall.
Oh, come on. And I never mind. I won't mention age.
Star of the American Road. Star of the American Road. I think that's what it was.
Dalton P7, 47.336. So you got Tommy Ryan, who's up there with a 317, and then everybody else is a 2.8, a 3.30, 3.30, 3.32, 3.34, 3.36. Makes you wonder what Tommy had for breakfast.
The man had his Wheaties.
He did. I believe we got a Mr. Excitement spotting here.
Drew Carroll is on the track.
New sponsor.
Live Pedal Motorsports South.
He's got a new sponsor clipping on the car there in the 87. Clipping that Apex. Red and white. Cool looking paint scheme there. See what Carroll can do here. He was 31st, as we talked about that throwaway lap. Only about 3 more cars left as Carroll comes across the
way
line.
down there.
P5 47331. So fill that number in if you haven't gotten on your bingo card yet.
Yeah, if you don't have 331, fill that one in, okay?
So we're just missing 333, 337, 8, and 9.
Yeah, that's all we're missing. Let's go on to Bryce Whitson.
Gary, his brother, his
I'm
target
sorry,
card.
Gary Whitson.
That's $1
not
for you.
Bryce.
We're even now, buddy.
I always thought they were the same person.
Split personality.
Oh, Gary driving for Whitson Motorsports, Jeffersonville, Indiana.
Do you know famous drivers from Jeffersonville, Indiana?
Gary and Bryce Whitson.
You could say that too, but also Frank Kimmel. ARCA champion.
Okay, all right, I did not know that.
As Whitson at Target Chevrolet comes across the line. 22nd, 47,367.
All right, well, we got Randy Yoakum on track.
Don't call him Dwight.
That's right, Randy Yoakum, Sucker Free Racing.
Randy at the number 8 car. Pretty cool looking black, blue, and white scheme there.
That's the Commonwealth Technology Group, the sponsor on that car.
Randy a little bit off that bottom. That's going to hurt him a little bit. Because the object here, you do not want to turn this car as much as possible. You want to keep it right on that yellow line and not turn the car. Let it rotate as much as possible. And you saw it drift up there a little bit. It's going to hurt him, I think, here. Then he gets up on that apron. That's going to hurt him even more. 47,380. 26th fastest. And then there was one.
And then there was one. Yes. Unacceptable Racing's own Mr. Ricky Harden, the master of shenanigans.
Oh, you know what they say about shenanigans. I can't say anything because it involves things we can't use. But with that said, one thing's guaranteed. Tommy Ryan is going to start first or second.
Let's see what Ricky can do here.
Ricky's
Could
fast,
be holding
48.121. Greenville, South Carolina driver. North Star by Northern Tool Car. Off turn 4, brings it to the apron, to the line. 15th. So with that, Tommy Ryan has won the pole for the Daytona 300 for 2017, and Josh Skarupa will start alongside in second.
Wow.
Anybody had that front row picked?
No, I did not. I don't know that I'm real surprised about Tommy Ryan being up there, but Josh Skarupa, what a run. In fact, Chris, Skarupa's hanging out. Let's talk to him real quick.
Let's get Skarupa down here, right?
Josh, yeah, man, what a great run. Congratulations, you're on the front row, buddy.
Thanks, man. Let's hope it sticks. I made a tiny error off of 2 and 4. I don't even know if it was enough to catch Tommy. He is a pro at qualifying here. I get those shaky hands, so we'll chalk that 100th up to that. But great run. Let's hope it sticks, because I'm not going to be able to make the races next week, and if I can lock myself in on that front row, it'd be nice.
Well, I believe it's gonna stick, because I think we're done. I don't think we've got anybody else to qualify here.
Oh, well, that's awesome then. I'm a little behind on the broadcast, maybe.
Oh, okay. You're watching the broadcast. Okay. Hey, listen. Yeah, we haven't got the word yet of it being official, but as I do believe that's the case. Again, congratulations, man. Starting the front of that race, premium, don't you think?
Oh, for sure. You never know if something's going to happen on the first lap and take out about 20 people here. I know in the Winter Series I made a small mistake and took out a good bit. It still hurts me to this day. But I'm looking forward to the season. We got Patriot Fire on the car. Unacceptable Racing. We do pretty good job here at these plate tracks. James comes up with some great strategy. Hopefully we'll be able to pull that off for the 300, and one of us can take home the win. Hopefully me, of course.
Well, more importantly, Josh, you're starting on the pole for that second duel.
Well, unfortunately, like I said, I'm going to be on vacation next week.
Whoa!
So I'm going to miss it, sadly, but I think we get to keep the spot since we were on the front row, James told me. So luckily we have that. If not, I would have had to start in the back.
Well, again, congratulations, Josh. We look forward to seeing you next week. You don't need a good run in the duels necessarily, but you'd sure like to just get a win anyway for the sake of getting one, wouldn't you?
For sure, and looking forward to a great season here with PRL and with the GSRC TV. Thanks a lot to you guys, and thanks for PRL for putting it on.
All right, and that was Josh Scrupa, driver of the number 25. Let's talk to the pole sitter. Tommy, Ryan, Chris, I know you've caught up with him.
Yeah, Tommy, wow. 47.316. You were a full 100th. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you see these times of a 328, a 330, a 330, 331, 332, 334, all the way down through the top 10, you run a 316. That's pretty fast.
Yeah, man, it was, these things are nerve-wracking, man. I get my heart rate's up like if there was 2 to go and I'm running second. You go in the corners and you're shaking a little bit. But yeah, the car was fast. Teammates, we practiced a little bit this week, tried some things, learned some things. And, man, you just got to go out there and get really anal about it and hit your marks exactly. If you can miss it by just, iRacing is so line sensitive. You miss it by that much and you're going to lose that 100th, 200ths, whatever. I mean, we're racing for clear coat out here. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on it.
Well, last year, Jake Wright started on the pole, won his dual race, didn't win the 300. Can you make it different and win all 3?
Man, I got the best team in plate racing, man. We're as long as we don't get caught up in something, man, we usually have some pretty good strategies and kind of know where to put the car to put it in victory lane, and that's what the unacceptable guys are going to try to do this year again. So it should be a good race. Next week should be fun in the duels. Pressure's off. I already know where my pit stall is. I know where at least one of my teammates is. So it should be interesting. Should be a lot of fun. Hope the weather changes. Hope we get some decent weather where the car's not going to push so bad, so we can actually have some good side-by-side stuff. So we'll see, man.
Well, Tommy, that was a great lap you ran. I do got to ask this question. The difference, you get out there running in a pack or you run single car where everybody runs in one time. Do you feel the different pressure from knowing that you had 34 other drivers watching you and people on the stream with your car in focus and qualifying?
Oh, yeah. It brings a whole new level to it. Typically, you just get in the car and you turn a lap and see where you end up. This one, like I said, man, my heart was pumping. The same way it would be if it was 5 to go, 3 to go with, you're running second and you're trying to win the race. So, yeah, man, it's a lot of fun doing this format for sure.
Well, Tommy, we congratulate you on the pole. We'll let you get down to victory lane there to get the hardware and things. You'll start on the pole for the duel next Thursday. And then, of course, 2 weeks from now, no pressure, you're the pole sitter for the Daytona 300.
Yeah, right on. Thanks to my sponsor, Northern Tool and Equipment, and, of course, Patriot Fire, DJ Beverly. He puts a ton of resources into our league, and, man, he's a good guy for doing that. And next week's going to be great, man. See you guys then.
All right, my friend. Well, thanks, Tommy. Appreciate it, and we wish you the best of luck. That's Tommy Ryan in the number 6 car, going to be the pole sitter. Northern Tools Equipment going to be the pole sitter for the Daytona 300. Congratulations to him as Mr. Excitement, Drew Carroll, I believe, is going to join us. Sean, you caught up with him?
I have Drew Carroll. Wow, fifth best in qualifying there, man. That 331 was a pretty stunning lap, but it wasn't quite enough. Where did it all go wrong for you, man?
I don't know. They just told me to get in the car and hit the pedal and drive, turn left. So I have no idea where it went wrong. There's all these crazy plate track logic that goes into it. You'd be surprised how much actually goes into trying to figure out how to get a great lap. But No, I mean, 5th is great. I mean, last season, I think I was qualifying probably outside the top 15 was my average start at plate racing. So, good start for LPM. I mean, we got a lot of guys up here at the top. A lot of us are in the same, we're going to be in the same duel. I don't know. I think Brian Yazik's the only one that's going to be out of our duels. So, it should be fun. I'm really looking forward to the season. Really excited to get going with these guys.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to getting going with you as well. Drew, it's going to be an exciting season indeed. I know you've got a great team under you, but is that championship is that top of mind right now, and trying to secure one of those for yourself?
Well, of course, that's what we all come out here to do. We all come out here to race. We all come out here. We all come out here to win. We all come out here to win championships. Teammates only go so far. I love everybody on the team. These guys are great. They've helped me a lot already. We haven't even gotten in the season yet, but I'm sure if it comes down to the final lap and a teammate's in front of me and there's championship in front of us and he's the only one standing in front of it, we're going to do everything I can to get in front of him and to take championship for myself. It's going to be tough for sure. We got a lot of fast guys, and when you have the reigning champ on your team, it's definitely going to be hard to beat Scott. He's always fast, but we were close to him last year, and hopefully we'll be able to share some of our secrets with each other and just be faster.
Well, hey, thanks for taking the time with us. We look forward to watching you run around these tracks this season, and we'll hold a good thought for that championship hopes there for you, Drew. And thanks again. We'll see you next Thursday for the duels.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
So Drew Carroll's joining us. He'll start third in his duel coming up on Thursday. He'll be in the first one. As we take a look at the results, as it has been made official, Tommy Ryan will be the pole sitter for the 300. His speed 188.63 miles an hour and a lap time of 47.317. Sean, here's the impressive part. From first to 10th, separated by 3/100ths of a second. That's pretty impressive. Josh Grupa going to start second. He will not be at the duel, so because of that, look who becomes the pole sitter. James Krahula will start first for the duel number 2 in the number 4 car. Jeff Ward, good lap there, going to start third. Drew Carroll, Brian Yazik, they qualify 5th and 6th, so they'll start third in their respective duels. Steve Ritter, Tyler Dalton, Bob Bryan, a great run for him, and Rhett McBride, top 10.
And we'll take it back to 11th here in qualifying. And that was Michael Robach, Jonathan Goodell in 12th, Woodrow Mahon 13th, Brad Collins 14th, Ricky Harden 15th, Tim Johnson 16th, Joshua King going to come 17th here tonight in qualifying, Travis McQuiston with an 18th in qualifying there, Dan Murray 19th, and DJ Beverly taking that 20th fastest time.
Taking a look at 21st through the 30th position, and 21st was actually Rick Thompson. He had unfortunately a little bit of an issue on his lap and kind of slowed him down there, but he will finish 21st. Brian Mellendorf, Gary Whitson there in the 23, that's Gary, Sean. John Wilco, 24th there in the Epcot car. Justin Rodden, 25th. Norman Peltier to 3rd there in 26th. Randy Yoakum, Adam Jersky, Devin Cannon, and Don Runkle Jr. Your top 30. And Sean, that next list has got a very interesting name at the bottom of it.
It does indeed. Let's talk about Calvin Blarski first, 31st, 32nd, Gerald Livingston, Reed Rundell, 33rd, Mark Allen, 34th, Scott Eckridge, transponder? They forgot to put the transponder in? Is that what I'm hearing?
Something went wrong.
That's what I'm hearing, that they forgot to put the transponder in. He doesn't record a time for his 2 laps. Buys him all the way back. He's going to have to do it in the duels, baby. And Nick Cohan never took a time.
Yeah, he never got out there. I don't know if he just got here or whatnot, but as far as I know, it's been said this is an official session. So with that said, I think that's going to do it here for us. So as we go home, Sean, I do appreciate you joining us here this evening, and of course everybody for watching us. I know this was interesting watching single car qualifying, as we're not used to broadcast this kind of thing, and Sean and I just kind of went with it and had fun with it. But a special thanks to the Premier Racing League for putting on the Patriot Fire Cup Series. Also thanks to the software and hardware that we use for our broadcast that you can actually see listed on your screen.
Yes, sir. And we want to thank our musical contributors, Erica Coleman and Casey Lalonde, whose music you can find at the websites listed. For more information about future races, you can see the list on screen, or you can go to globalsimracingchannel.com. You can check out our past broadcasts as well as see our future schedule. Chris?
Also on Twitter at GSR Channel, and then Facebook.com/Global Sim Racing Channel. The next time, actually, you'll see us on the air for the Premier Racing League will be next Thursday. The duels at Daytona. We will be there at 9 o'clock, as you also can check out there the future schedule on the screen, like Sean mentioned. For Dougie Beard, I'm Jed Yaman, Sean Ambrose, I'm Chris Scala. Race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.